Hi everyone, welcome back to my weekly video newsletter. Thank you so much for opening my email and watch my video. And this week, I want to talk about Grande Jeté, a big throw, Grande Jeté. Oftentimes, this is one of the last thing we do in the class, and I think, in my opinion, this is Grand Allegro, big jumps, is one of the few things in technique class we can somewhat feel free. At the end of the class, we sort of just let ourselves go and let our whole body experience the excitement because you're all warmed, and normally it's in three, a big waltz, Grand Allegro. And however, I wanted to talk about the jeté, the placement for Grande Jeté. We cannot talk about Grande Jeté without talking about Grand Battement on the bar, because everything is from the bar has a direct relationship to everything we do in the center. So Grand Battement is oftentimes, most times, it's the last thing we do on the bar. Anyway, maybe if there is a combination after that, it's a stretch. So Grand Battement is truly it's the last combination on the bar, and then that has a direct reflective relationship to the very last combination, the Grande Jeté, and the very last center combination. So, for example, Grand Battement front. Look at the placement of my shoulder of my head. It's back here. It is back here. So oftentimes people said, my head placement is further back than a lot of people would like, or a lot of people used to. But that's just opinion. It's an academic debate. But that's why we want to talk about it today. So before it is considered a fashion or style, to me it's not a fashion and style. It's a utility. It is my head serves as a counterweight to my leg. So if my head is the back here as an anchor for the weight behind me to allow the weight of my leg to come up with free of weight, with such a freedom and velocity and energy. So for me, if I teach students, I don't want their head to be straight here. Because to me, you have excess weight in the front to preventing this leg to come up with energy and freedom. So this idea, we have to translate this idea to Grande Jeté when we jump. Think about this. If I take a step, my head has to be here in order for my leg to come up with freedom as high as possibly can. So Grande Jeté is a curvature, it's a curve. The trajectory is a curve. So when I start, this is the bottom of the curvature. My head is here. I do Grand Battement. Look at me, I'm falling back this way to allow the front leg to kick as high, as energetic as possible. That's number one. This is oftentimes, unfortunately, what we missed. Because I see students and dancers to do Grande Jeté this way. What that does to the front leg never had a chance to come up because you have your torso, the weight of your shoulder, the weight of your torso, the weight of your head on top of this leg trying to come up. So if this leg, Grand Battement, the front leg cannot come up, you will never have the height that you desire. So we create a height by doing this, the Grand Battement in the front. Then the weight is going to transfer in the center. This is the top of the jump. Then this leg, if this leg has any weight, unnecessary weight on the front leg, this leg is going to drop. So what I see is you go up. Sometimes, if it's not done properly, this jeté comes down directly, vertically. But what we want out of jeté is come up in a diagonal, land in a diagonal. Is a curvature trajectory is most beautiful. Grande Jeté. So you want to have the front leg to have as free of unnecessary weight as possible. So you do Grande Jeté and this leg have to hold. I transfer my weight all the way to the front leg. And the back leg is in attitude. We cannot land this way. The back leg has to transfer your weight all the way to the front leg. So it's a curve. We have to follow through the movement of the Grande Jeté. So when we see a beautiful Grande Jeté, you see that quality. It's Grand Battement first, and this leg has to held in the air to allow to transfer the weight from the back to the front. That's your legs. Now watch my arm. My arm will never go behind me. I just don't do it. My arm is going to be in front of me. Now when the Grand Battement, the thrust happens, the big throw happens, your arm is in first position, ladies and gentlemen. It's first, not second. Arm in first position. Allow this leg as high as possible. Now only when I land, I open. In the air, I'm here. The energy in the top of the jump cannot be here because when you do this, it drops as well. So the arm follows through the leg, open when I land, I go to demi-second. I will never let my arm behind me either. So the path my arm goes, first, open to second, and land in front of me. Another arm is, left arm goes to third. One, I love this position because this left arm, it takes my body, goes straight to the top while I Grand Battement front. So, it takes a lot of practice. Yeah, it takes a lot of practice. And again, pay attention to your placement doing Grand Battement on the bar. And then follow through with that placement for Grande Jeté. Okay? So I hope this this is helpful to you. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your support and trust very much. See you next time. Thank you.